Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources, and welcome back to the officially named Car Leningrad. That's right, we make cars, we don't make linen, but we are also going to be making aircraft and boats and trains and just about everything else under the sun. Hopefully that we're allowed to build over here. Okay, first thing to address, very, very important. The airplane production line has actually moved. It has moved for good reason, and that will become clear as we construct, I hope, a runway in this area over the course of this episode. Basically, the airplane parking needs to be configured like this. So if we, you have to have the little airplane symbol sticking out the back. The airline symbol cannot be poking into the back here. So we need basically the extra space to allow the output from the factory to be parked up onto the pads, which, to be honest, is a little bit of a pain in the backside, but I just deleted the building. I rebuilt it. Took a little while. I funded it primarily with dollars, but to be honest, I'm not really worried about our finances at this moment in time. As crazy as that sounds, I actually legitimately think that we're on a winner. We're on a winner when it comes to finances and whatnot. Anyway, between times as well, we made a little bit more progress on the road network. I haven't touched that at all. I connected a factory connection all the way across here so that we have some sort of through road, and I introduced a couple of other road crossing points to link into the airline production facility. This is actually an opportunity. For a couple of reasons. First and foremost, something that I never considered, but I now consider as very valuable, actually. If we hop into various industries here, I go to mechanical components. This area is absolutely perfect for mechanical component manufacturing. Similarly, what is it? Electrical components and electronics halls. This stuff can all be made. Here in this vicinity, which is great because it's all within range of the train station. It's all within walking range. It's in an industrial area already, which is really, really, really good. So this has actually been a really positive change, actually, moving this airplane production line over here. As I say, we're gonna get the pads set up, and to be honest, I feel like I should just get the pads zoned right now. I kind of probably want to operate the largest pads possible. I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea, but we'll at least give it a crack, I feel, until told otherwise. This also doesn't need to exist anymore. This cross-country road, I'm pretty sure nobody has used for like 20 years or something. So that's fine. Anyway, let's get this moved around. We'll see if we can try and do something like this. So that's too large, and maybe a small as well. Alright, we can squeeze a small in there too. Alright, so we are not able to construct these quite yet because we're going to need an airport road connection, which is going to be easy enough to do. We can start work on that right now. We'll just let the auto building material people get that all sorted out. And then we want to kind of zone a runway, I guess. I mean, if we're going to be using planes for domestic use, then the idea of having a runway is, I guess, less important as an idea and more important as an essential bit of infrastructure. We'll do something like that, sure. And then how long does this runway need to be, and where on earth should it be, given the landscape? I mean, maybe around the back here? What's the max length that we're actually going to need? I wonder. I'm not too sure. Also, I'm not entirely sure about the logistics of this runway. This looks like a fairly slanted, sloped runway. Yes, let's maybe not do that. Let's maybe not do that at all. We do still have our nuclear bulldozer. Oh, no. That's... okay, alright. Well, that's what... We still have our nuclear excavators here, which is why we're able to make up and down movements so swiftly, but we're not able to do leveling at all as fast. Right, so I've accidentally created a monstrous crater here for no apparent reason. Right, okay. Well, you know what? We can easily rectify this. It's just going to take a little while. Anyway, so this is one thing that we want to get set up over the course of this episode. I have another, like, I guess, major project that I want to immediately start working on basically as soon as I can. And that project is the renovation, so to speak, or, in fact, I guess, complete complete renovation is perhaps a more apt description. But we basically want to move the entirety of Krudenovsky from one very highly polluted area to one slightly less polluted area, and that's what we're gonna try and do in this episode as well. But I also want to get this runway up and running, hence why I've moved the nuclear bulldozers back here, and therefore things should operate slightly more swiftly on that front. Financially, though, things are doing great. Pretty happy with everything that's being built. We are working on additional housing for Kolovskaysky, which is nice. We're still waiting on a little bit more steel, but that's fine. This route is slowly being built out, and to be honest, we're probably going to finish the large coal power plant at some point over the course of this episode. It's just after that smidgen of extra steel, which we are still waiting to be built over in Stalnoy. And to be honest, yeah, I'm not really sure why it's taking too long, but it does seem like we are making... Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at the amount of steel that we are making. We are producing an absolutely extraordinary amount of steel. And to be honest, we're not even able to import enough steel, or not even able to import enough coal to make steel, which is absolutely crazy when you think about it. But it looks like these two iron ore plants, that's all looking fine. It's just probably the fact that we're not going to have enough coal, because I suspect that our coal trains are driving up, they're immediately fully unloading, and then they're just not able to do anything about the fact that, I mean, we're really struggling here. We're really struggling here. This is a big old problem. We need to find some way to import more coal, and to be brutally honest, I don't know if there is a way. Sincerely, I do not know if there is a way, which, to be honest, says to me, this is the time to start working on... This is the time to start working on that massive cross-country rail line. And so that may very well be what we end up doing. Also, I have planned for a railway to come through here, and I have absolutely no idea what past me was thinking. This is going to be very, very tight, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll manage. How's the bridge coming along over here? Bridge is looking pretty darn good. Yeah, we're making really, really nice progress. It's just, of course, the resources that are like a billion miles away at the other side of the map, like asphalt, that we're still waiting for. Concrete is now produced locally, of course. Yeah, I mean, look, everything is going pretty darn great, he says, with horrendous comedic timing as something catches on fire. Thankfully, right next to the fire station, or reasonably near to the fire station, so we should be completely fine. Over in Aluminov, oh my goodness gracious me. Look at the progress. Look at the progress on our aluminium facility. That is remarkable. Same here, actually. Yeah, this is looking mighty impressive. This is looking mighty, mighty impressive. I tell you what, I have a couple of mixers over here. We could probably reallocate the place that concrete is picked up from. We should specify it's here instead. That seems like a fairly rational thing to do. Any mixers here? No mixers here. However, I could buy a couple of additional mixers, but it hardly seems worth it. Anyway, yeah, this is proceeding, you know, roundabout at the speed that I would say I'm happy. Yeah, it's not too bad. Are the nuclear bulldozers here? The nuclear bulldozers are back. I can fix my atrocious, absolutely atrocious little divot that I ended up creating. There we go. Look at that. I mean, nuclear bulldozers, they're hardly fair. I mean, they're not fair. They are not in the base game, I suspect, for a reason. Anyway, this is cool. This is cool, though. Look at this. We can have like a runway that runs basically down the lakeside, which I think is kind of nice. There we go. Look at that. That's looking real neat. That's looking real neat, and that should give us, I mean, absolutely a long enough runway to fly every single plane out of here, which I guess is kind of what we're going for. Also, let's look to get a blueprint as well. Let's look to buy some blueprints. I have no idea how much it's going to cost. We can't buy a TU-144 yet. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. We're going to have to start small. We're gonna have to start small, but that's okay, because we can basically start working as soon as we get people over here, as far as I'm aware, right? I don't think there's anything else stopping us. All right, so Runway number 1. What is this? 800 meters or so. Yeah, that's good. Let's get a second runway as well. Airplane cannot take off or landing. What does that mean? Airplane cannot take off or landing? Not quite sure. 900 meters. Excellent. Okay. And then taxiway feeds into here. Taxiway feeds across there. Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. And we will just delete this since there is no reason for this to exist. There was a fire. Let me address that real quick. It's at the shopping center. Now, a fire truck has been called. However, yes, there is still a little bit of a funky dance going on here. They're both out of fuel. This is obviously a bug. I don't know what I've done. I've done something, but I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's the game. Maybe it's not me. I'd like to think that it's the game and not me. Anyway, a couple of things that I want to chat about. First of all, why are we going to all of the trouble to make aircraft? Well, apart from the fact that it's very cool to be able to make aircraft, and I'm unbelievably looking forward to moving people around via airplane, it's actually going to hopefully help us move more tourists into Disneylandovsk, because believe it or not, we have the aircraft infrastructure over here to receive a lot more tourists than we're currently receiving. So why don't we see if we can try and get I don't know, like another runway across at this corner and feed in tourists from the border right into a runway, and then just sort of ship them across to Disneylandovsk. I think that's probably what we're going to end up trying to do. I have no idea how possible that's going to be, but I think it's entirely possible, and it's just a case of figuring out how to do it, getting the order right, and then going for it. You know, that's what we're all about here. Steel is still highly problematic. Highly problematic for us, actually. Yeah. Like, we're moving steel across, it's just occasionally in the wrong places, and it takes a long time to fill up. I will say my logistics network is flawed, very flawed, but it doesn't actually necessarily matter. Everything is going to get built, it's just a matter of time, really. This area is going pretty well, too, so nothing to worry about on that front. I do think that all of these construction offices, hopefully, are able to reach... yeah, they're all able to reach where they need to be able to reach. Ah, I see. We're just waiting for that little bit to be finished. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of construction over here that needs to be done, but, you know, that's not necessarily a problem. Also, something that I absolutely categorically did not keep in mind was the rail routes. Although, the more that I think about it, why don't I just run the tracks down here? I think maybe that's what I do. They just run all 4 tracks down this direction. We can worry about that in a little bit. Let's head across. Goodness gracious me, the large coal power plant is making significant progress. Let's head across to Krudenovsky. Let's head out to Krudenovsky, because I've been saying for, I mean, literally for ages now, that I want to make some progress on Krudenovsky. Only problem with Krudenovsky is that we just don't have the local infrastructure needed to do any building, which is a problem. And there's not even like a local construction depot that can help out. There's a construction depot over here, but I mean it's not really gonna be far enough, even if I bump up the range. Yeah, that doesn't even get us close. So I guess now we're at a point where we need to make a decision about whether we want to just spend rubles or indeed dollars. Either is totally acceptable. Spend rubles or dollars just to build out Krudenovsky, or to move it across, I should say, rather than build it bespoke. I think, to be honest, I think it's a pretty easy decision. I think we just spend some rubles. I don't necessarily want to auto-build quite yet, because I just sort of want to get a basic layout done, but I probably will spend rubles on this endeavor. Probably. Almost definitely, actually, now that I think about it. It's just too important to not get done, like, right now. Okay. You know what? Let's just turn auto-build on. Turn auto-build on. And also pause. Yeah, so that I can watch all of the money drain out at the same time. Okay. This is a very simple setup that we're going for here. Okay, move around. Let's do that. Then we will have a whole bunch of infrastructure come out here. And we will do equipment for citizens. Boom, shopping center. Perfect. That goes down there like so. That didn't connect up by road. Not necessarily the end of the world. It's just you promised me, video game, that that would happen. Yet here we are. So, big old shopping center. Probably a little bit of overkill, but overkill is underrated, as they say. Probably not something that we really need to worry about altogether too much. A large cinema. I will actually go for a large cinema here. That's just fine. And a pub. Probably going to need multiple pubs, but that's okay. Hence why I left a little bit of space available over here. We're going to get a hospital. We'll throw that down over here. I don't know if this is the most efficient way of doing this, by the way, but it feels right. I don't know why, but it feels right. Fire station over yonder. Cool, and that's all accessible. Now, the only thing that we really need to worry about is school, kindergarten, and of course a way to transport our glorious population right into the pollution zone. I mean, to work. So we're gonna make sure that we do that. We could use the cableway, actually. That's a bit funky. Also electricity. We need to worry about electricity. We could use the cableway, but the problem with the cableway is that it just doesn't actually offer a high enough capacity. So hopes of a cableway, if indeed there were any in the comments, has been officially dashed. So hate to break it to you, cableway is off the menu. Right, I think that's fine. It's gonna cost me the vast majority of my rubles, I would imagine, but that's a new town, just like that. And what do you know? I suspect that that's probably gonna be more population than we really need ever. A couple of little other things to consider. First of all, electricity. Yeah, we're gonna need to get electricity. I do want to get a train platform. You can probably start to see why I left all this space free. I left this space specifically free because I thought this would be an excellent town to be supplied by train. Okay, good stuff. Build that. Build that. Oh, this is gonna be nasty, isn't it? Oh, I've made a bad decision here. I can see now. I made a very bad decision. I should have auto-built the road rather than auto-building the houses. Okay, well, it costs me 360 rubles a pop to build one of these bits of road. Honestly, I'm just about fine with that. It's just that there are so many bits of road that I need to click through in order to make this high street work. Severely irritating, but it's done. But it is done. Excellent. Okay, walking distance, I suspect, will be completely fine. Yeah, look at that. Walking distance takes into account pretty much every single area over here, so that's grand. Next thing that we need to consider is specifically heat, electricity, railway routes, and then pretty much everything will be, I guess pretty much everything else is fine. I think that actually is pretty much everything else. Right, we will go for a large heating plant. Large heating plant. I want to make sure that we are just about as far as we can possibly get. Yeah, pretty much there, to be honest. Alternatively, we could move this just a bit further back so that we have less pollution issues and then just pipe it into the center of town. I didn't really leave space for a heat exchanger in the middle of town, but to be honest, I mean, how hard can it be to find a good place for a heat exchanger around here? Now, past me would probably suggest that we don't need to connect it up to a road network, but present me has been stung by a huge number of heat exchanger fire-related issues, such to the extent that I really would never have to worry. I would really like to never have to worry about a heat exchanger figuratively and literally blowing up in my face ever again. Alright, get that built, and get that built over there. Okay, so that gives us some room for expansion. Also gives us the ability not to inflict our copious amount of pollution onto our populace again, which is probably a nice little bonus. I would really like to get everyone moved across here by winter. That's kind of my goal. I know that I'm, yeah, cutting it a little bit close now that I think about it. Cutting it a little bit close. But that's okay. Okay. Right. Can we fit a road under here? Yeah, I know a road can be fit under here. That's specifically what I was going for. Okay, that is a jank road, but at the end of the day, it's completely fine. Right. Next thing that we're after, demolish these flats. Oh, yes, clinic. We do have a clinic, actually, yeah. Let's prepare to demolish pretty much everything in this central area, because, yep, you guessed it, we're gonna stick a train station in here. But none of this junk needs to stick around. I don't think we have anything valuable around here, apart from the people, obviously. JK LMAO. Gymnasium. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about the gymnasium, but to be honest, we can probably squeeze one in here. I'm assuming, by the way, that this entire area is going to be suitable for electrification. Indeed it is. See if we can try and bring this around here. Yeah, this is going to be a bit nasty, but it's okay, actually, because we can squeeze some more. We can squeeze some more houses into this sort of area, I think. I wasn't actually thinking originally that this could be a looped route, but it absolutely categorically can be. Take that back. Take that back there, and same with this area. Like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing all this this rail infrastructure. This is absolutely not required. We just need to merge into. You know, we need to merge into one here. I'm not entirely sure why I want to maintain two lines all the way around here. There we go. There we go. Alright. Probably want to make it a little bit bigger than that. And then merge it in. Perfect. Okay. I think that's just grand, actually. And then this can just sort of merge in there like so, and then we got two. We got a back route and we got a front route. It's just that simple. I've not really built this to the right place now that I think about it, but after a little bit of bulldoze and won't fix. Kind of overestimated where I'd actually be building to, but that's okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Ditch all this. Oh, video game. You don't like it when I delete all this stuff at once, do you? Oh, no, you do not. Okay, ditch the clinic. Right in here. Right in here is the place. The place for the station. And obviously, I think we can probably create a loop over here, given that this entire setup will be, I mean, completely removed at some point. Is that point right now? I don't know, actually. Connect that up there. It's on auto build already. We've got plenty of rubles. Cool. Link that up there. We don't necessarily have to go for a dual route directly at this moment in time. Let me think about this. So when people coming in here, so that means it needs to be connected to, like, there. Yeah, that's fine. And then let's also make sure that we have this bit of track removed so that we can squeeze in a railroad electric connection. And what I'll do is I will get both of the routes to come through here first before this one splits off and goes around here and comes in through the demolished, well, the soon-to-be demolished heating plant. In fact, we may even be able to get that. We can do most of the route right now, I think. Shockingly, that actually works. Right? I have absolutely no idea how that is allowed to be a route, but there we go. Okay, keep it coming. Does that connect up? That connects up. Okay, wonderful. This can also be probably taken back a little bit. As much as I say that, to be honest, we should just move the population now and just ditch this heating plant, because there is no point in keeping it around. This coal is probably worth something here, so I feel like maybe I shouldn't ditch it quite yet. But the heating plant's got to go. The heating plant has to go. Yeah. Honestly, I'm very, very surprised that I haven't already run out of rubles, but there we are. Okay, let's ditch that. Let's see what happens, and then we will redraw the railway routes. Yeah, no issues with this here at all. Too sharp for turn. It's fine. It's fine. Easy and easy. Okay, signaling remains something that we need to do, and also making sure that we've got a walk route between all of the different areas. But walk routes are very easily able to cross over tracks, so it's not going to be too much of a problem. Now, we have deactivated all of these small refineries. However, you'll probably have guessed by the placement of the train platform, I'm kind of keen to get them all back up and running again. Given that I now don't really need to care about pollution at all, there is absolutely no reason not to try and have the entire town working as much as it possibly can, and so that's what we're going to do. That is what we are going to try and do. Now. I need power. That's what I really need. There is no power overlay, unfortunately. There is a little bit of a power assist here, but it would be great if I could visualize the power network as it stands and where everything comes out. I mean, this for example, right? This is basically not required anymore. This route. What I'm trying to say is that I need to free up connections. I need to free up connections at the transformer because we need space. For now, let's see if we can try and get new connections, I guess. There we go. And we'll just throw in, I don't know, a couple of transformers. Doesn't need to be large. Doesn't need to be big. Just needs to be a couple of them here and there. No, not over there apparently. Over here is grand. Okay, we're gonna auto build that, and we're gonna just drag out some wires here. And oh yeah, that can go over there for sure. Okay. All right, does that work? Does that work? How does that look? Estimated maximum consumption 67%. Estimated maximum consumption 70%. Excellent. That does still leave us one sort of area that we need to power, and that's over by the plant. But to be honest, I think we might just yoink this connection here. So we just ditch this and instead route it up this way. Yep, costs 10,000 rubles. Basically nothing. Hook that up there. Hook that over there. Cool. All right, let's get specific next. Right, we need to buy a couple of fire trucks, something like that. Temperature in building is too low. That is a good reminder to set up auto purchase of coal. Yep, I hate the price, but frankly, there's nothing that I can do about that right now. Kolovskaysky medium distribution office. Let's add. Oh yeah, actually, there's no connection to the main road over here. Okay, connect that up there. Cool. And then we will add Kolovskaysky medium distribution office. Add that over there and set that as an unload point, and unload storage percent less than 50. We'll leave that on there. Coal ore. Excellent. Okay, we're probably gonna have a little bit of activity pretty soon, I would hope. This area should be powered, but apparently it's not. So I guess we will remove this and turn on the auto purchasing in here instead. Sure, that might make somewhat of a difference. There is no bus service going up this way. Also, I don't believe that there is any walkable connection, which is maybe a little bit strange because I suspect that there is actually probably almost enough length here. I wonder if it's just got to do with the fact that this road is not built. I don't think it is, but could very well be. Either way, we're ready to spend a truly atrocious amount of money on brand new people to work here. But before I do that, I almost want to maybe see if I can try and get a house. 51 workers. Yeah, maybe something like this. Yeah, maybe something like this in here. Does that fit in there? Oh man, it is like, it's painfully close. It's painfully close to fitting in there. 53, 75. I will give this a shot. Try this one instead. Oh, come on, video game. This would be the perfect place for people who are operating the heating plant to stay. Because I suspect, yeah, we're still able to access most facilities, but we're also able to access the heating plant, which is really, really nice. Let's get a couple of paths set up. Maybe a pathway down the back here. Oh, yes, that's brilliant. Okay, that looks good. That looks good, and we'll allow for a pathway connection all the way through here. I don't know why, but I think that I've actually accidentally created like a pretty darn good looking town. This is actually like shockingly good. Does that's walking routes everywhere. That's what I'm talking about. Everywhere, including the hospital, actually. That's remarkable. Very, very, very remarkable. Okay, next thing that we need to do, let's relocate everyone across here. Obviously, we want to, first and foremost, prioritize people into this building. And then we'll do everywhere else. There we go. We do not have many people that live here, so it's not going to be too difficult to fill. Go fill up a couple of those buildings. One person is left behind. It's a shame. Is there anywhere else that has people? Wow, there actually is. Surprising, to be honest. I didn't realize that there were as many people living in Krudenovsky as there actually are. Also, I know that we still need a depot. There's a couple of different things that we need to get up and running, but this is most of it, right? Like, this is most of the infrastructure that we really need to sustain everything. Is that everyone moved? No, it's not. We still have more flats here. Again, every single body that I can move is fantastic, because it means that I'm going to be saving a heck of a lot of money on invites. Anyone else? I don't think so. I mean, I'm obviously not going to click around all these piddly little houses, even though there might occasionally be one or two people living here or there, but, I mean, I don't think that that's really a primary concern. Next, walk routes. How are the walk routes looking? Walk routes are definitely a thing. I'm going to reduce employee count in any facility that has workers that isn't. Yeah, we'll reduce that too. Yeah, reduce workers in any facility that isn't the oil refineries. So every kindergarten, every school, every cinema. Not like there are many cinemas around these cursed parts. Anything else? To be honest, I think that's most of it. I can actually straight up just assign 100% of people to the oil refinery, to the large one, at least for now, until we get enough people living in Novoy Krudenovsky. Yeah, sure. Okay, there we go. New Krudenov. That's actually kind of a nice name. I actually kind of rate that. Okay, let's unpause. Let's see what happens. We'll do single time speed here. Right. Is this gonna work? Is anyone gonna take the trek to Oh, number of passengers. Do not allow students, passengers, or tourists. Just workers, please. There we go. Look at that. One person is apparently going to come to turn on the heating plant. Excellent. Well, this is a very important job. Highly important job. And the more people that we could have working at the heating plant, the better, I think. And I suspect that this is going to make a big old difference. It is pretty darn important that this happens pretty quickly, as we are going to need... Yep, there are people just leaving here, like left, right, front, and center. This is incredible, actually. Alright, there we go. Come. Everyone work. Everyone work here. Excellent. 207. What's the issue here? Church, spirituality, no kindergarten, temperature in the building is too low. Participate in any sport. Oh yeah, I never actually fixed sports. We'll go gym. Sports playground, that's what it is. Gym 3, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, fund that. How am I not out of rubles? How on earth am I not out of rubles? 286. What's the issue? Not able to get food? Oh yeah, that's a bit of a problem. I had forgotten. There we go. Go get food. Go get food. There we go. Immediately everyone gets to work. We got a lot of sick peeps. We got a lot of sick people. Patients waiting for treatment? Yeah, there's a lot of them. There we go. But it's probably because the entirety of the area is bloomin' cold. But it's okay. We'll get on top of this. Not everyone's able to get food. I think that's fine though. Like I think everyone is fine. Not everyone is able to get electronics, obviously, but nobody needs electronics. It's a luxury good. Okay, obviously there's still a bunch of workers that are waiting at the train station. That's fine. This is looking okay. A couple of people still unable to get food, but it's okay. We're getting on top of that situation. All right, my bad. Not providing peeps with food. That is 100% my bad. Hopefully the heating plant keeps up. I don't like the fact that we just have one singular building that is supplying all of our workforce to the heating plant. That is terrifying, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Okay, this route is now ready to jump into action. Yeah, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Slowly but surely, by the way, we might decide to destroy Krudenovsky proper, but to be honest, there's not really any reason. There's not really any reason to do that at all. Yeah, I actually think that it's kind of nice to have a ghost town, you know? Okay. There we go. Outputs. And then we're good. Oh yeah, this needs to be fixed. I have zero idea how this came to be, but it is incumbent on me to fix it, so I will do just that. That direction. That direction. Cool. Alright, chain signal right here, and boom, boom. Output. I think that's it, to be honest. I think that's it. I think that's everything that we need. Apart from, of course, the train depot, which is pretty easy to get set up. So just plonk it down over here. Connect it up with the roads. Give it a little bit of electrified rail. There we go. All right, let's get it built. Let's buy some vehicles, and then we'll be grand. I am very terrified of the prospect that we may just run out of able bodies to work in the heat plants. 41 workers. Like, why on earth is that the case? That should not be as low as it is. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Please keep the lights on. Please keep the heat on. 48 workers? It's decreased further? 23 citizens unable to visit a hospital. That's not the case, though, right? Like, the hospital is within walking route. I suspect the hospital is... Ah, yes, the hospital is overcrowded, and we have no doctors. Okay, that's fine. Let's get some doctors in here. I know that I could move people. I could move people from you know, from Turistovsky. We definitely have the capability to do that. We've got the numbers. But to be honest, I think I need the doctors here ASAP. I need them pronto, because if we run out of people, at these flats here, then we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. Also, I suspect that we're still going to need to continue to invite a whole bunch of people to work here for at least a little while. I'd rather have too many people than too few. Put it that way. I'm just absolutely terrified that this number is just going to go way down, and it is going to be disastrous. Deaths are in a really bad position at this moment in time, and I have no idea why. If I had to bet, though, it would be that Krudinovsky, something's gone wrong here. No? Okay, well, that's great. Something's gone wrong somewhere, though. I mean, you don't just have 1,300 deaths for no reason. That looks fine. Stalnoy? Please don't tell me it's... Please don't tell me it's Stalnoy. It's not Stalnoy. Okay, I guess everything's fine, unless it's in the center of Turistovsky, in which case, big rip. No, everything's good here too, I guess. Heating plant looks grand. Yep, okay, well, I guess everything is fine, and it's... I guess maybe it was just the adjustments that I was making at Krudinovsky. Sure, I mean, it's fine, I guess. That's okay. Hydropower plants are looking mighty fine. Bitumen plant is looking okay as well. How are we doing constructing this area? It's looking good. That's not looking quite as good. We're still waiting. We're just waiting on a lot of deliveries. Deliveries are taking a big old long time because who'da thunk it? Snow makes everything slow. Snow makes everything slow. I will say though, it looks like we got a good amount of steel. We're backlogging a whole bunch of steel at the open storage over here. Tourist numbers are still good. I mean, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I mean, even financially, we're fine. Like, holy cow, look at that. We're making enough rubles to continue to pay back our loans, which is remarkable. Dollars as well is completely fine. We must be making an absolute killing. Like, I spent such an inordinate amount of money in November, and still we're able to pay back our loans? Wow. I mean, that's not something that you see every day. That's not something you see every day at all. Right, what's the issue here? Is the issue coal? Coal is one part of the problem, I think. Coal is seriously one part of the problem. Right, what's going on here? Oh, it's the big old train station in the middle of town. Thankfully, the fire truck has been called. The fire truck is reasonably nearby. So as long as we're able to cut through the icy roads, then I'm sure we'll be just fine. Extinguishing this fire. Here's hoping, anyway. I do not want to build another big old train station like this one. This one was hand-built as well. Hand-built, I tell you. Okay. Progress of the fire has absolutely exploded. Oh my god, what the heck happened? Why does that happen? Why does that happen? Hold on, go. Oh no. How did this happen? Could somebody please tell me how this happened? I didn't want to see the progress of the fire accelerate, obviously. Can we have more people working at the fire station, please? Okay. Go work at the fire station. Go work at the fire station. Okay, you're already working at the fire station. You're already working at the fire station. You're already working at the fire station. Everyone's already working at the fire station, and yet nobody's working. Nobody's coming to work at the fire station. The progress is just exploding, and I have absolutely no idea why that is the case. Oh, please don't. Please don't, video game. Please don't actually tell me that there's 3 fire trucks on the site, and then we're not going to be able to fix the fire. Oh my god. Okay, so it turns out that when you have less than 8 firefighters, the fire actually makes progress. But now, thankfully, it looks like we've gotten on top of things, and we should be able to extinguish it. I can't increase the numbers anymore. We're just going to have to hope that nobody goes home. Please, firefighters, stick at it until the fire is done. I have no idea why the fire accelerated so aggressively there. That was rather crazy. Look at this fire. This fire is not messing around. Oh, no. No, 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 no. The numbers are dropping off. The numbers are dropping off. I think that it should be fine, though. Everyone is without a job. Yes, that's because the fire station is on fire. Can you not see that from your houses across the street? All right. Well, I think that we got on top of it. Thankfully, you know, it's a little bit cold during winter. People can warm their hands on the train station that's on fire. That's, yes, definitely a very natural thing to have happen in my good old Soviet Republic. Trains are still coming in here. Dare I suggest that maybe now is not the best time to pull up to the platform? Who am I to say, though? Who am I to say? Okay. Fire's been extinguished. What did it cost us? Due to our brave firefighters and their most excellent fire trucks, we were able to extinguish the fire. Exactly. Yes, let's go with that line. That line's a lot more appealing to the Central Committee, I think. Certainly, I don't think that we performed very well there at all. But here we are. Anyway, heating is still a thing in the new town, which is excellent. Okay, it's just stopped snowing, which is I'm gonna take it as a sign to buy a huge amount of electric locomotives. Not electric locomotives, a whole bunch of trams. That's the one. Okay, I mean, what's the best one? I think we just buy 2 of these. Buy 2 of these. Buy 3 of these. That's fine. I got the cash, right? Right. Boom. Load 100%. Unload 100%. I don't really think that there's altogether too much to be said about that. Will it work if I just copy? Yep. Cool. All right, and we'll get ready to launch these two trains once there's free track space. Cool. There we go. That's it. That's it. Now, there's probably not going to be that many people waiting here because there's going to be... Oh my goodness, look at how many people atrophied out of the facility here. The facility. I mean the block of houses. Is anything critical? No, nothing's critical. Like everything is fine. Everything is absolutely fine. Pub access is... Oh yeah, pub access is a little bit of a problem. There's probably a couple of pubs, like, across the entirety of the country that just doesn't have alcohol set up in any meaningful way. But, to be honest, it doesn't particularly matter. Anyway, we're going to get the 15 workers that we have. We're going to get another 9 workers. We're going to get 0 workers. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty grim, but this is what we knew would be the case, right? Like, we don't have anyone else in Krudenovsky anyway. At least now, everyone in Krudenovsky, sorry, New Krudenovsky, is actually, you know, going towards working in buildings that better the town, as opposed to just destroying the town through pollution. If I have a little look at the pollution usage, you can see it's actually so green out here that it doesn't even show up very well when it comes to contrasting against the snow. But it is green, and we have escaped from Pollutionville, which is excellent. And the good news is that we're still refining a little bit of oil. And now it's just a case of just pumping up the numbers, to be honest. We have 200 and something people living with their parents, and I have no idea where that is. In fact, actually, tell a complete lie. I know exactly where that is. It's in Kolovskaysky. We're waiting for this 21-story prefab flat to be constructed, and it's just not happening. It's just not happening. So you know what? I'm going to take matters into my own hands. I'm going to build the 21-story prefab flat, and we'll see if that makes a difference, and if it's instantly going to be filled. I suspect that it will, to be honest. I suspect that it will. Yeah, look at this. 120 people. 120 people living here that need a place to live. But that's not all. Like, there's more people elsewhere. There's more people elsewhere. And I hate to break it to you, good people of Kolovskaysky, who have been, up until now, living with their parents. You're about to be thrust onto the frontier. You are going to be moved. You are able-bodied people that are able to work in harsh conditions. Those harsh conditions involve moving to the middle of nowhere and living in a highly inhospitable location on the front line. Okay, hotel in Turistovsky. There's no way that this is going to manage to burn down. Yeah, it should be just fine. All right, we'll keep moving the people. We'll keep moving the people from the Kolovskaysky flats. We'll move them into the brand new town in just a second. I think we're still managing to stay afloat financially. I do indeed believe that that is the case. Active firefighters, 2 active vehicles. You love to see it. No issues there whatsoever. 2 citizens killed. A little bit of a bummer, but you know, I mean, the injured people are in the best place possible to get the best possible care, i.e., the hospital. So I guess I'm kind of okay with the fire there. We should now be. Oh, look at that, 97 workers. How on earth did that happen? Oh, I tell you why that happened. It happened because I moved a whole bunch of brand new able-bodied citizens into the town. Very cool indeed. Very, very cool indeed. You know what I should do? There's a church here. There's a church here in Krudenovsky, that is. There is no reason that I can't allow passengers to also travel to town here. I mean, we have like plenty of capacity on the train. So why don't we allow passengers to also travel in? Pub tavern. Pub tavern's not even full. I don't even know why people are complaining about the fact that there's no access to a pub tavern. That's fine. All right, 35 workers. I think this is it. I think this is it, by the way. I think this is all the people that were living with their parents. Also, where the bleeding heck are you from? You're from over here? Wait, what? That's actually within range? The construction office is actually within range? Oh, now that it's connected up. No. Surely. How? How? That's got to be more than 3,000 meters away. Yeah, how on earth is this connected? There's no way. There's no way that this road should actually get built. I have no idea why that's happening. There's a school on fire over in Stalnoy. There is actually a fire truck en route right now. The problem is, though, is that there is no road cleaning facility out here, and it's gonna have to make a pretty considerable trek to get across to the other side of town. But I guess at the end of the day, it is what it is. Temperature in the building is too low. That's a problem. That's a problem. Why is that the case? 88%. Okay, this is something that clearly needs to be addressed. I'm gonna probably build a technical services facility out here. It's a hall / accounting office. Let's get a technical services place down. I think it's here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, 60,000 rubles. Definitely a worthwhile investment. There we go. All right, and the firefighters are gonna save the day. Heroic firefighters. Wonderful. Excellent. Okay, let's get the firefighters. Let's get the snowplows out and about. Don't really think that it's going to take too long to speed things up pretty significantly over here. It's not necessarily the most important technical services building that we've ever built, because most of the people are transported to the steel production area by train. But at the end of the day, I don't think that we're gonna be complaining about faster fire engines or anything like that. Right, we did unbelievably manage to eventually run out of rubles. I treated the game pretty harshly, and to be honest, we were able to make a comeback at pretty much every moment. Like, how on earth am I still making money? I have no idea. It's gotta be. It totally is. It's bauxite export. It's bauxite export. I mean, raw bauxite and processed bauxite, cumulatively, that's given us 300,000 rubles, for goodness sake. I mean, that's just obscene. That's just absolutely obscene. Okay, I really didn't think that aluminium was going to necessarily be broken, but the amount of export, or the amount of stuff that you can get here is pretty good. Hold up. I've got a test that I want to run. What if I put a What if I put a nuclear excavator? What if I put a nuclear excavator in the bauxite mine? Oh. Oh, video game. Oh, video game. Oh, video game. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay, you're going to move to another workspace, another work depot. I will buy a new one. Oh, but I can't buy a new one. That's the only problem. Okay, let me go back to here. There we go, and then we'll do this. Load onto a flatbed. Yep. And then move over here. Okay, move over there. All right, and then we'll like redeploy. We'll redeploy the nuclear excavator to the aluminium processing area. I think that it's actually going to be so insane that I will probably not allow it to continue, because I suspect that it's just going to be that crazy. But I guess we'll see. No harm, no foul. Eh? Anyway, new Krudnovsky is looking mighty fine, if indeed I do say so myself. We've got our first load. No, actually, not even our first load. We got a lot of coal being delivered. It's good. We will now stop auto importing so that we don't have to continue to spend money. We got a plentiful amount, actually, a plentiful amount of coal is being delivered by trucks here. Wonderful. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Okay, how are we doing? How are we doing at the Krudnovsky oil refinery? Not great, to be honest. Not great at all. Like, we have very few people here. Surprisingly few people. Where are the passengers going? Hold on. Where should citizens be going in their free time? Send them to church. Passengers decide on their own. You can only send them to bus or train platforms. Okay, well then I guess we need to pay kind of close attention as to where the passengers are actually going, because I have zero idea why they would want to be going anywhere else. I don't think there is anywhere else that they can go, unless they want to do a little bit of work. Yeah, I think everywhere has been, apart from a couple of these places, has been turned off. Thankfully, there's no heating issues with the church. It all should just work. All right, let's have a look. How many passengers have we got on here? 38 passengers. Okay, so we know where the workers are gonna go. Okay, something coming across here. This must be the collection of peeps that are going to work at the oil refinery. Traveling here. Okay, a couple are coming down this way. A couple are coming over here. Are these people going into the church? Yeah, okay, so those people are going to the church. Where are these people going? They're going to shop at the shopping center? No, you're not. Delete that. Delete that, in fact. Okay, so there's visitors in the church. That's fine. I understand that. That makes sense. That's okay. We ditched the shopping center. A couple of passengers can come down, visit the church in the old ghost town. Lovely. Fine. I'm happy with that. 12 workers and 18 passengers. Pretty much everyone should either be going to church or to work at the oil refinery. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, that works. That works spectacularly well. Works spectacularly well. After church, will they go to... Will they just despawn? Okay, apparently they'll just despawn. I thought I saw some people walk up from the church to the oil refinery, but apparently not. I mean, either way, right? We're still making money. Everything's looking good. I mean, this is just incredible. This is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. I haven't made as much progress on the... How did we build this freaking road? I don't know. I don't know how that happened. I didn't auto-build this bit of road right here. I didn't think that it was within range of the construction office, and yet here we are. I mean, building a church is is just about the only other thing that we could really do with over here. But everything else is pretty good. Pretty good, to be honest. This is looking very, very impressive. Apart from the fact that there are only 4 workers chilling at the heating plant. Like, that needs to be improved. There might very well be the case. In fact, there is definitely a case over here for a technical services building to be put down. But you know what? It doesn't actually need to get done right now. It's okay. It's okay for now. I'm pretty happy with where we're at. Rubles, we've not even started to go into to ruble overdue payment. We are making so much money. I mean, you know that we're making so much money if I can push the game this hard and us still being absolutely fine. We're starting work on the dry dock. We're halfway finished the freaking dry dock, for goodness sake. I almost just want to build some of these roads so that we can just start work on all of the other facilities, because holy cow, this is looking great. I'm really, really happy with how this entire area and this entire playthrough is coming along. Actually, we're gonna get the airline production area set up at some point in the next episode, but there's no point in getting that done, or there's no point in building that until we've got the parking pads out the back, so that's fine. Anyway, ladies and gents, we're gonna wrap this episode up right about now. Thank you ever so much for watching. My name, of course, has been Open Potato, Banana, C-Senpai, and Aurelio for being the $325 plus tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.